Yes, sir. In case you're still catching us, you're doing such a great job. Luze Andrew Anderson is my name. And don't forget, we're still again on our YouTube. That is Luze Andrew Anderson. Still, this is Chigunda Record TV every day. That is Monday to Friday from 4 to 6. Bulikanankuva sawa kumi paka sawa kumi na mbili. And this time around, of course, we are with the gentleman, of course, who was in Amsterdam for different concerts that side. Nagina naita mukobutuao. But before even, again, he first did a wedding, which was so massive in between there. Of course, I released that Shake Your Body in between there and I never international artists. Era wakati yao na agenda na Afromia Checho. This is another one. When he came at the airport, everyone was following him. He's Uganda's most handsome. Most of the ladies are like, that guy, he's tall. I like his cat. They always say those things. But anyway, you could be wondering whom I'm talking about. Guess whom? Katibalavi, all of you, I know. What's up? How are you doing?
Chilling, fam. I'm good, man. 100%.
What's up? How is the environment? This time round, I found you at Ujo Restaurant.
Yeah, no, I mean just chilling, getting a bit of I didn't do too much Japanese food while I was on that side, so yeah, man, no, just chilling, Yeah, come back, happy to be back in Kla. Class City. That's if it wasn't this, it was definitely gonna be like Toke. You know what I mean? I've been missing the food, man.
And lots of things changed. People were saying that you were the most wanted by the women, the most handsome, tall, having good hair, having a good skin, blah 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 blah. How true that is?
No, it's not true. I don't have good skin. I'm tall, but I'm not handsome. My hair is usually messy. I'm a rasta. So these are definitely not true stories.
And when they,
I've never. I think maybe because of the music and the profile, you know what I mean. But I've never really been like. I was never ever supposed to be like a sex symbol or anything like that. That's for sure. I don't know where it came from or started from.
most of the women, because me, I'm always on TV every day for the last 10 years. And this time when you got married, they're like, now you're officially taken. Now we are all down.
That I did get a lot. I think we got over like 100,000 messages from different fans, congratulating, some happy, some sad, some furious, some wanting money, some wanting invite, some wanting me to do it again. So yeah, it was funny reading through a lot of them. But thank you guys so much for the love, by the way. And all the support.
It is always very beautiful. It is very hard for artists to make a decision, and they're like, you know what? Now let me settle down. Let me get married. They end up getting kids here and there and here and there and here and there. But making such a commitment, and then it was all over your Instagram, your Facebook, and you're open with it. Most of the artists don't do that. What really push you to doing that? And in case she's watching, what is it that you'd love to tell her? Because I've seen you posting and telling her good stuff.
I mean, I think we didn't necessarily set out to make it a quiet thing. It was mostly because it was on another continent, that it ended up being a bit quiet. But I knew I had to share it with the fans, because especially in hip hop, the fans get to know you in a different way. Every rhyme is your own character. It's not like R&B or, any other type of music where it's not very personal. It's very personal. The people know me. So I felt like my fans deserved to know, that this milestone, this life-changing thing, that basically I'd found the one. I knew that they deserved to hear about that. So that's why I put it up so publicly. And I mean, to her, hey, she knows it all. Yeah, she knows it. She knows more than me.
Because immediately, after the wedding, again, you had to go into concerts. I was like, wow, this is so fast. We thought, honeymoon maybe would take a little bit longer. Tell me about those concerts in Amsterdam.
Man, it was pretty crazy, man. We did Amsterdam, Sweden. We basically did around Europe and the States, maybe altogether like 30 shows, back to back, and most of the tour was done in a really nice way. They were good to us. Tour buses, proper flights, and so I can't really complain about that. It's one of the most well budgeted for tours I've ever been on. And I couldn't even post too much and put too much up because they were developing their own documentary about what happened. So, but when that's ready, we'll definitely send you, the full breakdown, the full HD of how crazy it was. And there are a couple more big deals that have come up because of that. So Amsterdam show as well. That was the last one. Second last one. I did a festival in Sweden after that, called Mosquito Festival. Which had a good 10,000 people out in the streets, and it was that was really amazing during the Swedish marathon. Actually, is where we performed, and yeah, man, it was just
I should say this year has been very busy for you, you know, the wedding, then the concerts, and the way you are releasing music, man. Kumu, 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 kumu. What is your plan 2019? Because now there is this one, it is not yet there even for months. Again, another one is out. What is the strategy here?
I mean, you also have to remember that now for 8 months I've been quiet. So I knew that, there's a backlog of stuff, the fans are expecting more. So, when the fans ask, I deliver, So they wanted, I unleash Shake Your Body with Geo Steady and D1, and they were like, more. So Checho was there, and they're already saying more.
All very high budget videos. You've always done very high budget videos. Why like so?
Well, I mean, I believe in paying Ugandans, man. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll do high budget, but I have been trying to concentrate on using more Ugandan directors. And someone the other day was saying, Navio Guamu, you're using our local directors. I'm like, aren't I a local artist? I'm from Uganda, so I believe in pushing with the resources that we have, because otherwise I'm not doing us a service going off and shooting with every video with outside people from outside countries. And so I've done 4, 5, 6 big budget videos, but when I do them, I think it's also the care that I take with them.
When I was coming here at a usual restaurant, the askari on the doorway, he was like, I told him I'm supposed to be doing an interview with Navio. He's like, but is Navio Muzungu? Is Navio what? I'm like, he's a Muganda. He's called Chigos. He's like, but he doesn't look like, what? Kati awo bagambira olugano bagamba bakyali baffe munange wetulikirira nnyo.
Bassebo ne bannyabo gyebale nze Navio Lubwama, amanya bampita Lubwama, nva mu luggya lwa Kigozi, ndi muzukulu wa Lubwama, Musiga lya Nagaya, Akabiru Kikire, byonna weebale nnyo weebale ddala.
Now, there are these high budget videos. I saw you posting about this studio.
Yes.
Tell me about that studio. Do you own it or
Yeah. Icon Studios is
location, the venue, and how people can get there?
Yeah. So Icon Studios is in Naja. We wanted to make it's like the next hub of action. In TD has a lot of artists, and now in Tebe Road, Makinde has had a lot, and now it's kind of shifting towards, that Zana in Tebe Road, Naja and Kumbi area, where you're seeing a lot of studios, a lot of activity in terms of music. So we put our studio out there. It's called Icon Studios. We've had every artist, loads of artists, all the way from the Big Ben Sukuyas, all the way to the King Sahas, all the way to Michael Franti from the States, Tracksuit Wedding from the States. Just a whole bunch of artists have come through.
So and one of your stuff you've opened up.
Yeah. I thought it was about time to share some of the secrets, because people are always wondering about the quality, and they think, oh, it's very expensive to do ABCD, but I think I feel like it's a teaching studio in a way,
Let's look at someone.
We're showing artists how to do your stuff, but with the right budget. You don't have to do a huge budget. You just have to put your budget to the right places and the right things.
For a starting artist, now what budget can he or she come with? For maybe how do you do your price? Is this per hour? Is it which producer you're using?
That's the thing, actually. A lot of studios don't give that option, and we give that option. So you can choose to do by the hour. You can choose to have your track mixed and mastered. You can choose to just record. There's a lot of choices that some places do and don't give. But at Icon, I think we've taken care of most of the clients that have come through the door. So
you've worked with different artists. You've worked with Fefe at one moment. You've worked with Richie Kawesa, super talented. You've worked with different other artists. To mention but a few, but you can mention some. And sometimes I wonder, why is it that he keeps working with these other people yet and it is still good?
I mean, I believe I like collaborations. I think the main complaint that I know what you're thinking about. The main complaint people have is that if I'm connected with all these big artists, why don't I just push those big artists? When they see me do the collabo with Burna Boy, they're like, why don't you just keep it on that level? And I'm like, if every artist thought like that, you'd never get collaborations with. You'd never give your guys, your own people, a chance. I'd just be working with all my friends in Africa, and I could just do an album of just collaborations with international acts, all the biggest Nigerian acts. It's in my range, but for me, music is more natural. I feel a vibe one day. I see a young artist who's doing something dope. I want to work with him. That's cool. I see a big guy, cool. Someone on my level, cool. For me, all artists are the same. It's about the quality of your voice, and yeah, it's not about your sales or anything like that. It's about how skilled you are as an artist. That's what
Because if you notice, when it comes to you, Gravity said it at one moment in some interview we were having, and he said, you see, when it comes to Navio, he's coming from the rich family, he's so up there, so most of the times, things go smooth for him. I don't know, is it right that, because you're coming from a good family, everything is smooth for you, everything is cool? Or you also have your hustles and you're like, man, things are not easy.
I mean, when people talk about my history, for people who know my history, it's never easy. You know that being in, being born in Kenya and, my family, moving around different countries, it's not like it was by choice. So that's the first thing people should know. Second thing is like it was definitely wasn't easy. My dad died when I was 10, so if you're saying that we were balling out of control, that's not true. My mom was a doctor. If you talk to the average doctor in this town, who's raising 3 kids plus another 4, four in the house, and has a household and things to run. If you talk to even the person on an average doctor's salary, this in Mulago and all these other places, you talk to them, it's not easy. So I never say that my life was easy. Nothing was handed to me. And remember, I made my own way in this game from age 15. I taught myself how to rap from age 15, 16. You don't get awards. My mom doesn't own Channel O Awards. She doesn't own Afrima. She doesn't own Nigerian Entertainment Awards. She doesn't own awards here. I'm getting these awards because I'm a skilled rapper. When I like, damn. You know what I mean? Like, I've been around Jeezy and those guys. I've freestyled with, A&Rs and the biggest guys in the industry. I've been around them. You know what I mean? I've traded verses with Nas, and he's been like, damn, son, yo.
I think we watched that on TV.
Yeah, so that's the difference with me. Like, even if a lot of these guys, even when we translate your verses and we put them together, like what they're saying sometimes is just, you know what I mean? A lot of artists are very, very dope. Luganda artists are very, very dope. GNL, Don MC.
What's your target market when it comes to your music? Your target market?
My target market would definitely is everyone. It's everyone.
Because sometimes you add in Luganda, Njogereza, which were nice, and then Ngalo, which were nice. But sometimes I'm like, no. I feel like if it's like Wizkid, fine. He can even spend 4 years without him being in his country. You know that. So I'm like, why can't he keep it international? Not basically leaving us, but keep it there. And don't come, now Banu Bachali. You just keep it there. Or it's a strategy.
But you talk about Wizkid, but one of his biggest songs, no white person on the planet can say, let alone a Ugandan, Ojuo Legba. So if he's being on an international level, and he's still doing songs called Ojo Legba, of course I can do my Njogerezas, you know what I mean? And I think for me also, the music I make, I can play it anywhere. Any song I can do anywhere. So I do shows in Malaysia, Thailand. I do shows in the States. I do shows in South America. I do shows 20 countries plus in Africa, all over Europe.
What do you think about...
And I can perform in Galo, a hip-hop song, and in Njogereza together, and the crowd jumps for both.
What do you think of these young rappers?
Good music is good music. I think the young rappers are dope. I'm feeling the new wave.
When they started fighting each other, Onotakwatagana Nono na Rosa ya singoli, is that how it has to be, with rappers? Both they want to be rich, even when they are broke. It's like, yeah, I'm having money, and they diss around. Is that how it has to be working over? Because at one moment they also came on you and they were like, everyone comes and they start dissing, after, who is that? Don MC doing his song there. Then everyone now started climbing on it.
Yeah, on me, yeah? Oh, I didn't even hear them. That's why I don't even know what songs they talk about. I think I don't blame them. I don't blame them, so much. One, to start with the second point, one is when they attack me, I don't blame someone for having hate in their heart. If someone has hate for me just because of whatever reason, I cannot control their actions. At the same point in time, you're saying the first point about them going head to head and trying to find out who's who among them. I think that's good, and I think hip hop is about a bit of competition. It's about showing some cojones, some balls, Um, so I don't mind that aspect. It's when it turns nasty, that I can't respect it. So even like, Gravity coming at me, as soon as he starts mentioning my mom and stuff like that, for me, I mean, you put yourself in a certain category for me, where you have to go in order to be interesting, where you have to go in order to be controversial. For me, I can write a verse without saying anything negative, and I'll get nominated for an international award. You know what I mean?
Gravity ajja kukoma owaali ng'ayogera Oluganda lwe naawe ogenda eri ewala.
No, 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 no. Even me with my Luganda was nominated at a Frima Njogereza. You know what I mean? So I love my language. Don't never. Let me tell you, guys, never ever see me as an outsider. My dad was one of the Kawaka's men. You cannot never see me as an outsider. My family home is in Najana and Kumbi. You understand me? Ulubwama, that's my name. It's in my blood, bro. Like, it doesn't matter how much you try and push me out of whatever. I'm a Muganda, bro.
Kyekyo ky'oyogera. Tell us about Kyekyo.
Yeah, Checho, brand new tune, man. Checho, I think it's one of the freshest tunes out, just because of the direction. I think everything blended together so well and so easily. Song was produced by Athan, big timer Athan, producer. We had Shama Mushaga come on, do some guitar. The whole thing was done at my new studio, Icon Studios. And it was just one of those things we worked on, that just flowed together so like seamlessly. And yeah, I flexed the Swahili muscles on that, because of course I was born in Kenya, so I flexed some Swahili on that, and I think it speaks for itself.
And what is it that you wanted to tell the people in that song?
I want to tell the girls them, all the strong girls, the beautiful Ugandan girls that are doing things the right way, chill, you know what I mean? I want to tell them, keep doing what you're doing, the way you're doing it, because I can look as a Ugandan man and really appreciate a lot of the things that, Ugandan women do for us every day,
I remember the last concert you did, it was just so beautiful, the performances, the way you did the stage, your people were not far from you, the audience, they can, easily even interact with you. When are we getting this?
Yeah, well, we're supposed to do something for December, but then we got the contract for the 30 dates around the world that we had to go on for the tour. So it's really unfortunate. But we're still trying to see if we can pull off at least the album release for this year. If not, then it's going to be early next year for the concert. But the original plan was December. So we'll see what happens. Contracts are contracts, you know what I mean?
And most of the people say that people who do, let me say, a lot of English, yeah, but they don't make money faster. And I was talking to some gentleman before, came here, and I'm like, you're not everywhere, but at the end of the day, you get a deal and it's too much money. So for the people who are stereotyped and they're like, bakola oluzungu sente tezijja mangu. Tezijja bana bakola Oluganda fresh kid kati million 3 okumubukinga. So what would be your take on that?
I mean, people have different styles. For me, for example, just 5 of the shows I did in the States would basically amount to just 5 of the shows would amount to doing like 40 shows here. Just 5 of the shows I did in the States. Because it wasn't Ugandan crowds. A lot of acts go there to perform for Ugandan crowds. This time I was performing for just festivals, you know what I mean? So it's not about the amount you're making. But you're right, it's about the moves. How you're working, how smart your moves are also. So I don't think anyone, I've done 8 concerts in this town, so they shouldn't confuse me with the next rapper who spits Luzungu, who hasn't done any shows like. I've done 8 concerts, I mean, so in my life.
Who do you see very talented and you've not yet worked with them, rappers, both either in female or males, and you've not worked with them and you're like, that guy or that girl is good. I wish, I could work with them.
Yeah, no, I mean, there are so many dope ones, man. I mean, Fefe on that other song was
the ones you've not worked with.
No, but I'm saying Fefe was chiller, but we need one where we're spitting, you know what I mean? So me and Fefe would be dope back to back.
The ones you've not worked with, but you wish you would do something with them.
Razor Blade, Code, Case House, Kano, these are up, young guys who are coming up. Fick, definitely. Man, there's a whole
Then in females away from Keiko.
female rappers, all of them. I love almost all of them.
Like who? Just mention two female rappers.
Her ninjaness, that would be one. And then there's a girl, I don't know where she disappeared off the scene. There's a girl who was called Diamond. She disappeared off the scene. Me and Yala, of course, have been working for a while, but mostly performances. We haven't done a song. So Yala, Slike, that would be dope collabs. Yeah.
So how do you get so much organized, when it comes to the NAPCOP and then your label? You guys are so organized, and most of you getting artists are not that organized. Mwe muchikola mutya, like ebya billboard, abakola mu marketing, abakola mu endorsements, abakola that organization. Whose ideas are they? Are they your ideas or someone else's ideas to make it very organized? And if they don't know how organized you are, then you can take them through even when they want to do bookings.
Yeah, I mean, sincerely, I think it starts with you as the artist. It starts with you. Then it starts with the team you have around you. And some people change their team late. Some people change their team too early. Some people should change their team. Some people shouldn't change their team. Who you have around you, I think, is very important. And it kind of guides your career in a certain way. And it's never too late to change, to try and make those positive strides. But I think, just being organized it's a frame of mind. Understanding what your target is. Because, of course, I'm not in this industry. I don't get given second chances. Like you say, it's like almost, I don't want to call it discrimination, but they look at me and guys try and place me as an outsider. Luzungu, he does this. Or is he really dope? It's only when Wizkid is like, oh, that verse was so sick, that guys are like, hey, retweet, Wama, Wizkid, Agambe, Navio, That's when now guys are like, hey, we're Fumbe Clan, Navio Bonga, our guy, But in between those times, sometimes, guys try and. So I feel like I have to be organized in that way, because to prepare for the drought, sometimes,
What have people said? What have people said or written about you, or even blogged about you, and you felt so bad and like, man, that was not good?
Nothing, man. It's for me, it's fam, man. When you mention my fam, bro. You're putting it in another. I think at this point I can't really get offended. Like 60 awards, I've toured over 30 countries. The guys are calling me Jaja Navio already. My next album's dropping with some hot collabos.
But do you think it makes sense for an artist to join politics?
I don't get offended. It doesn't matter what someone says. It's when you put your hands on me. That's what can offend me. If someone tries to get physical with me, that's the only thing. But words, and I know the potential of my words. I was a battle MC, so even in speaking, when someone's saying something negative to me, I can say something that can crumble their whole life. I know I have that power, but why use it? Why would I want to give you nightmares? Like for me, I don't want to put I don't want to put out negativity. I just want to be a beacon because I know my potential to go on the wrong side. I know what I can say about someone. I know if I reply on a song. I've done a reply. I did a reply for someone who battled me back in the day. And I showed that song to 2 people and they're like, boss, don't release that. You know what I mean? Because it reflects on me. And people they'll bonga my kids and be like, oh, your dad, hey, killed that guy back in the day. But what did I say? Is that how I want them to also handle situations, But when guys get physical, that one I sort out very quickly.
An artist joining politics, is it really? Do you think it works?
Nah, it works. It works for those artists who feel.
Would you join politics?
Me, no.
Mayor or Ingreo Mayor or MOP?
No. It's politics is not for me. Yeah, I'll sit this one out. I think, but I think if you feel the need to, you have people already listen to you. They know your personality. That's the difference with a musician coming into politics. People have seen your personality for years. They really know who they're voting for. So that's what makes it so.
Would you vote Bobby Wine or Chameleon?
Would I vote for them? What are they running for?
Mayor or Charlie MP coming for president?
I mean, listen, we listen to everyone's policies and we vote accordingly. We vote accordingly. Yo, listen, hey man, those are my brothers. If their policies align with mine, very okay.
This is what we're going to be doing. I'm going to give you this microphone. You just tell all the, the people watching through, whether abali mu America, abali mu Omani, abali in Uganda, anything you want. I'm giving this to you. Then you can tell them how they can also get your tracks, if they want to download, those paying social medias, anything you want for now.
Ooh, it's you. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Navio. Yo, first of all, thanks so much for the support. Thank you for supporting the new song that's just come out, Checho. I know you're loving Shake Your Body as well from Geo Steady, me, and D1. So thank you guys for the support for that. Please go ahead and get on my pages on Instagram, Navio Music. Follow the story. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter as well, Navio and Navio Music. And make sure you download, man. Any of the platforms, that you need to get on, please get on the platforms, download it, make it your ringtone. Checho is officially out. It's your boy Navio. Much love and respect. I am officially back, the king of East African rap. Not Kampala, not just Uganda. East Africa. The king of East African rap is back. So thank you. Much love and respect to Taonana. Wherever they know, wherever they did, it's your boy Nav.